Gravity Falls, it is good to be back. Name's Bill Cipher.
Hello everyone, it's Halloween Heartthrob, and today we're gonna make a Bill Cipher plushie from Gravity Falls. I got super excited when they announced on their Twitter that there will be some new, I don't think they're episodes, I think it's a book that they're coming out with that have more episodes. Either way, I'm a super huge fan of Gravity Falls. Right now I'm showing you a triangle piece and a long square piece over some red fleece. Now those are the pattern pieces you will need for a 3D Bill Cipher plushie. Now I chose to use red fleece because I'm going to be doing the angry version of Bill Cipher. I've already done a regular Bill Cipher plushie, but I didn't actually do a proper video on it, and now is my chance with a different Bill. And now I'm going to lay out my fleece fabric and cut out 2 large triangles, or however big you would like your Bill to be, but make sure there are 2 so he can have a face and a back. Moving right along to the rectangle, I think I called them squares earlier, but the rectangle strips, and you'll need 3 of those because there are 3 sides to the triangle. Once you have all your fleece fabric cut out, you'll want to take your rectangles and connect them one by one. You don't want to connect them all the way in a loop because there's a reason for that later. Once you've got your rectangles all sewn up, you'll want to pin them to the sides of one triangle. After you're done pinning, you'll want to sew down the sides, and remember to leave that top piece, the open piece of the rectangles that you didn't sew together, open. Once everything is all sewn together, it's time to add the second triangle, and this is exactly like the first time where you pin all the sides together and just do a straight stitch around, again leaving the top open. And now it's all sewn together. You have a 3-dimensional triangle, and remember that little hole in the top? It's to help you turn it inside out so you don't see all those seams, and once you have it turned the right way out, it's time to put stuffing inside of it. You can either use stuffing, tissue, toilet paper, or leftover scraps from the fleece that you had. Outfit change! Now it's time to make the arms and legs and face of Bill. I decided to use a felt material, and I have a couple of pattern pieces. I changed the design of the arms because they went terribly wrong, but we'll see how I fix that later. Right now I'm just kind of showing you the pieces that I've had cut out. Starting with the hat with a long rectangle, which will be the base of his hat, and then 2 circles, one large and one small, the small one's for the top. And this I am cutting out my rectangle for the base because Bill's hat is tall and skinny, kind of like an Abraham Lincoln hat. Now I'm putting the small circle on top, and I'll be doing a whip stitch on both the top and bottom of the hat. But I'll also be stuffing the hat so it gives it that spongy, stiff, straight, cool hat look. For Bill's eye, it'll be like an almond shape, and I'll be cutting his eye and his bow tie, which are just 2 facing triangles, together on the same black felt material. Right now I'm using a straight stitch for Bill's hat. I very rarely use my sewing machine on this, aside from the arms twice, because like I said, I messed up on the arms and legs on the first try. Now I'm turning the hat inside out, and this is where I'll be placing the top on it using a whip stitch, stuffing it, and then whip stitching it down to the bigger circle. Once the hat is made, it is time to close the hole on the top of the head of Bill, and I just use a ladder stitch. Before I do any sewing and or gluing, I need to map out where things go on Bill. Now I decided to not cut out his little U shape just yet in his eye, just to make sure that I get the placement correct. And I'm pretty happy with it, and then I hot glue his hat on his head because I didn't feel like sewing. Let's just skip over how horribly disastrous that this came out and just go to how I actually made the arms and legs. Taking my first Bill plushie, I just trace around the legs to make sure that both of the plushies have even looking limbs. So they're basically nubs, and the arms are just nubs with a thumb. Making sure I have a decent amount of seam allowance, I cut out my patterns and then I place them on white felt, and then I cut those out and sew those together. And of course, I turn them inside out and stuff those too. Once the arms and legs are done, it's time to set the face, and now that I'm happy with everything, look at those little limbs. It's time for them to get stuffed and then glue down the face. I use hot glue because I think it is the easiest method of placing the face. After whip stitching the arms and legs to the body, it's time to use the fabric paint. I use this Tulip Soft Matte Black paint. I got this, I believe, at Walmart, and I took a rubber sculpting tool to be able to apply it, and be careful because fleece is really fuzzy and your fuzzies will make it a little bit messy. So I just duplicated the brick pattern onto the front and back of my bill plush. Don't forget to use lots of references. That's how I was able to get the shape of the eye, which I'm sorry I didn't show you guys, but it's basically I cut out a U shape out of the eye, and these little brick patterns, I use a reference from the actual show. I'm using a ruler, even though the lines don't come out exactly perfect, but it's just easier for spacing and to make sure that my lines don't go absolutely crazy. Also, please, when you're using fabric paint on anything, especially if it's front and back like this, let one side dry completely first, and be very cautious of if you get any paint on your hands. The first plushie that I made, the yellow bill, I had to very strategically cut out little splats of paint that I was not paying attention to. So with that, after he's all done drying, you have your very own Red Angry Bill plushie.
Do you have any idea what I'm like?
When I'm mad?
So I guess he gets really mad when he gets mad.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I love Gravity Falls. Let me know in the comments below if you love Gravity Falls and who's your favorite character. Like, share, subscribe. Comments are always welcome. Don't forget to follow me on all of my stuff, which will be down below.
Eat nightmares!
I'd like to take this time to thank my patron, Maggie P. Thank you so much for supporting me. Also, if you'd like to become a patron or are wondering what I have on my Patreon, I have videos that I'm either not able to post or that I have to have a little extra special time for on Patreon. Also, you get early access to my videos, behind the scenes, more in depth than I do in my vlogs, and you also get to vote on what I do next, and very special tutorials that you guys won't be able to get for free on YouTube. However, if you don't want to pledge to me, that's 100% fine, because I will be doing videos continuously on YouTube. Once again, thank you very much, and thank you for watching.
Remember, reality is an illusion, the universe is a hologram. Buy gold, buy!